Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back. We're back with some Gypsy Rose today. I was in the mood for some Gypsy Rose. We'll be doing 𝐸ℐ𝐸𝐻𝐿's live trial after this. So for those of you who are interested in the 𝐸ℐ𝐸𝐻𝐿's trial, we are catching up. Hello, hello. Welcome back. We're going to be reading Demona's love slave Facebook messages. So you have been warned. Adults only. Asane, Robert, hi, Evie, Crease, good to see you. Debbie, hi, Irony, hey, Joker, hey, Pizza, hey, Born Twice, good to see all of you. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday. Late start. I was busy doing some things, so we're here. Let me pull up the records for the Facebook messages. Shout out to Into the Weeds podcast too. That's who I got these from. So shout out to them. I will link them in the description. Hey, Amanda. Good to see y'all. Okay, let's see. Here we are. Gypsy Facebook messages. I have not read these. I know some other channels got their hands on them first, and I've been dying to read these. So let's just get right into it. These are kind of similar to, I think, what we're doing with Kenzie, her Instagram stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Please hit the like button too, guys, on the way in. It really helps the channel. So I'll be reminding you throughout the live. Please, please, please hit the like button. It really does help push out the stream. Hey, Cuffy, good to see you. Okay, so let's see. Facebook generated August 4th, 2015. Status updates. My name is Demona. I am a proud love slave. Oh, geez. She does it. Let me zoom in as much as I can. Yeah. She says, I am a proud love slave, heart, smiley, posted March 3rd, 2014. Okay, so it goes from March to February. February 17th, she posts, I want a FUCK winky face. February, I'm already like, geez, chilling and listening to my iPod, smiley. Hell yeah, now I got my own space. She says on February 9th, 2014. When did when was the day of the crime? June 2015. Okay. Yeah. So then, hey, Leisha, on July 18th, 2014, she sends a link. It says, look, we know you're not the type of person to risk your life to save a puppy from a burning house, but we also know that you aren't going to be setting any houses on fire. As far as we're concerned, that's good enough. Text, what the fuck? I'm good at being bad. LOL, winky. So it must be like a website. I shall see. Let me see. What is this link to? Oh, it didn't copy. She says it says I'm 41% good and 59% evil. That makes me a neutral force. How good or evil are you? They're links. Then she says on February 26th, I belong to my master Victor. Photos. BDSM. Oh, shit. February 26, 2014. Text, I can't wait. 50 Shades of Grey. Oh, is she posting these or is she sending them? I can't tell because it says link her page, I think. Text, fuck yeah. Title, timeline, URL, Good Girl Gone Bad. She was obsessed with that 50 Shades of Grey movie. You know, I haven't seen that in a long, long time. This makes me want to review it. This makes me want to watch 50 Shades of Grey. Thanks, Cuffy. Love your life. Sometimes I'm just here as a lurker, but I always enjoy them. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you very much. We love having you here. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hey, Alicia, you're dozing off. Yeah, I know. Just listen to this craziness then. February 12th, 2014. She sends a link, mobile uploads, photos. I don't know what these are, but they're just like links, photos. She says on February 12th, 2014, 𝐻𝐿𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 is a mean girl who makes fun of people and bullies them. She is a girl of no class, and it's time for her to learn being mean is not cool. Text. She saw it. Yes, yes, yes. Revenge is so good. Sweet. Who's the top dog now, bitch? Ha. Mean girl bully. Aaliyah gets what she deserves. Wait, isn't that her friend? Why does it say YouTube link? What is this? Oh, it's not an actual link. Let me see. It is. Okay, whatever video, like, I think she was posting. And this video that she was posting, the title was Mean Girls Bully. 𝐻𝐿𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 gets what she deserves. When I copied and pasted this URL right now, it says this video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on harassment and bullying. She was literally stunted. Dude, what the heck? Okay, okay, and then she has this picture on her Facebook, her album cover. That's a pretty picture. I don't mind that. That's pretty, right? That is actually a really pretty picture. Okay, but let's see. What is this? A photo? Okay, cover photos. All right, we'll move on. Here's where the text messages start. Recipient. Okay, so these are between her and her master, Nick. Remember, master. Okay, so Gypsy says, her name is Demona, love slave. So there's a whole document with Demona messages, and then there's one with Gypsy. So remember, they're two different people according to her. So Demona says on February 9th, 2014, she says, "Hi, Master. Hi, Nick. It's Demona. I got my own profile now just for us. Smiley. So Gypsy has hers. Now I have mine. Here's my password. One Gypsy Rose." Nick says, "Demona, is it the same email though?" Gypsy says, "The email is," and she lists an email. Nick says, "Demona, it was meant to have that in there as well. I know now I am aware of it. Thanks for making sure I have control of this too, as yes, you are talking to your master now." Demona says, "Hi, master. It is your slave, Demona. It feels nice to have my own space because I'm always so constricted in Gypsy." Okay, you see this? Like, this is like a border personality, split personality. Have you guys seen that? I think it's called Split, actually, the movie. That's like what this is Gypsy. Like, I think she's mentally unwell, in my opinion, in my opinion only. I'm just a crazy girl on YouTube. I feel Gypsy is still like this. Like, things like this don't, she literally feels like she's two different people here. Like, I'm really wondering what mental conditions she has. Hi, Psycho Nerd. Okay, thank you for popping in. Hey, Tippy. Um, she says, "I'm always so constricted in Gypsy." And you're welcome. This is only for us, so I won't be adding anyone else. That's what Demona said. Nick says, "Well, you better not, because I want you to express that naughty girl you are freely on there then. And that's why only Gypsy and Nick will have it." Demona says, "That's the idea, master. Okay, I'm gonna let Gypsy go back and answer Nick now. I love and adore you, my master. Heart, heart. I'll still be talking with you on here too, though. Winky face." Nick says, "That's fine. You may switch back to her now, my dear." Gypsy says, "Thank you, my master." Nick says, and yes, you know I love and adore you too. You're welcome, hun. And then that was on what day did I say that? Oh, 2/11. So 2/11, 2014. Nick says, Demona, it is Nick. I was just wondering, are you going to be your truly naughty self on this one then? I was just wondering since that thought came on my mind. Demona, sorry. Demona says, when I'm on here, my post will be X or R. What the? She says, when I'm on here, my post will be rated X or R. LOL. What the hell? While the whole time Nick was talking to his ex-girlfriend, also telling them he and Gypsy was not mentally sound. I think I have those too, those messages. Dude. She says, when I'm on here, my post will be rated X or R. Nick says, hee, okay, hun, I just had to know. He says, Demona on February 12th, the next day. Demona, now it is your master. I told you I was going to ask you something and you would have to go in your deepest of details of it. However, it is more to it than that, though. You also have to answer it. It's like a multiple choice kind of question. Or better yet, I'll just ask you more than one question and you can answer them all in as much detail as you can. So, this is how it works. You'll first choose one of the choices. Then, after you do that, you will go deeper into that answer. Let's see if you can answer them all like I would expect, Demona. Now, the first question I got to think of as soon as I have thought of it, you'll be able to answer it then just as I instructed. Demona says, Oh, wait, no. Nick sends another message. We'll start with the first question and I'll see how well you do. First question is this: what kind of sex do you find most appealing to you? A, rough sex. B, casual sex. C, romantic sex. D, grape. What kind of sick fucks are these people? Grape. E, slow sex. F, unexpected sex. Sorry guys, I'm just reading you to what's in these documents, okay? Don't come for me. Plug your ears. I always suck at multiple choice. Plug your little ears if you cannot listen to this. So okay, those are the options. Great. So he says, now answer that question and make sure you go in deep detail of it. You can choose more than one as long as they are true and you put your answer in as much detail as you can. Think of it into your answer. I'll ask you the next question for next time you are on and see how you answer the next one. Hopefully, you'll make me proud of you this time by mainly following instructions like you should. Demona says on February 13th, Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. To answer your first question, A. So let's go back. What was A? Wait. Oh, A is rough. Okay. She says, to answer your first question, A, rough sex, because I like the thought of being rough. And if you think about it, wolves bite each other when mating. So, in my nature to like it rough, I'm clearly a screamer when things get faster. So, I know the louder I get, the rougher you'll be. Smiley. And also D, because it's a fantasy for both of us. D is grape. I like the idea of being tied up against my will. Wink, wink. And F, because that's something I'd enjoy. I'm always turned on. I mean, how can I not be? I have such a sexy soulmate. Winky face. What was F? Unexpected. Okay. I hope that was enough in detail. I mean, I might need to talk with you more when we're together, but that's my thoughts on it, master. Romantic sex is something Gypsy dreams about as well as unexpected because she's fun too. She is fun too, not just sweet and romantic. Earmuffs, everyone. Ew, that's really gross. Yo, listen, it's human nature, sex, right? But like, she's a creep. Imagine hearing her scream. I'd be asking, where is the parrot? Characteristics of psychopathy, lack of empathy, superficial charm, manipulative behavior, impulsivity, narcissism. Yes, cuff you. Absolutely. That is Gypsy in one comment for sure. Um, okay, she says, Nick says, all right, Demona. Sorry, I was taking a drink. Nick says, all right, Demona, that was good enough for me, even though I still could possibly see more detail out of you than that about each answer. More effort you put into it, the better. Now, the next question, and try to be as detailed about each answer as you can, like you did before, but put your best effort into it. The next question for you is this: what are your strong turn on spots of your body and other turn ons that wouldn't include being on your body? Make sure you answer this with a long paragraph. I want true detail in this Demona, as you know. I expect the very best out of you. Don't make me disappointed now. And make sure you do as I said to please me, as you should only be able to do. Demona says, my PUSSY. So clearly she's not being abused and being held against her will and being forced with rocks in her mouth. Here she's telling him, my PUSSY is my number one turn on spot master. Then my breast and my lips. My PUSSY, because, well, obviously that spot brings pleasure. And my chest, because it's very seductive, yet simple as well. My lips, because the skin on my lips are the most sensitive. And it feels even the slightest touch. So I think, say if I slide my lips on your DICK, I could feel your warmth, and that's very sexy. This is like softcore corn. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize, but my biggest turn on, a picture of the front and back of your credit card, sir. Wait, I need this like in my YouTube channel description. I'm screaming pizza. Oh my gosh. My biggest turn on is a picture of the back of your credit card. Me. Gypsy's the master here, says Debbie. Nick is so boring with dirty talk. Dude, that's exactly what's going on here. Nick says, that's good. And Demona, I'll let you know, Gypsy made things worse instead of doing what she should have did to make me proud of her. She just logs off. I am very unpleased with her. Demona says, she did not know, master. Oh my God, she did? Let me make it right. Nick says, she knows better. I taught her to know better in a situation like that. She does that again, she'll be sorry. Demona, you answered that one pretty much like I wanted, but you didn't give me your other turn ons that might not be on your body, whether it is about me or something else other than on your body. You still have to tell me. So make sure you do so I can be pleased with you as I normally am. Demona says, my ass is another big turn on, master. You can grab, spank, and squeeze my ass. It will turn me on and make me want to do more than just kiss you. Winky. Demona, do you know how to read? Because he's saying he wants something not on your body. She's just naughty pizza. Wait, are they making a new movie? I would be embarrassed, you guys. I don't care that she's a millionaire or whatever. I'm horrified. Like, I'm horrified for her, but it's actually kind of funny. Nick says, okay, that's good too, Demona. Heart. However, Yes, it is still oh, this is February 15th. However, yes, it is still your master, Demona. I wish to let you know that I might play with your ass frequently since I will, you'll have fun because of it, but I might get to ask another question. Oh geez, here we go. So I was thinking what to ask you. Then I thought of this. Demona, the question I thought of for you is based on how strong your sex drive is, how quickly can you get turned on to where you start to think about sex and maybe even to the point you would lose control if I was around you while you were horny? Give me detail in this, as I always expect demona, which means give a description of how quickly you were to be turned on by me using your turn ons to where you would be ready to FUCK as soon as you were already fully turned on. I ask this because it takes a specially gifted kind of SEX drive from who would be my soulmate to be able to handle mine. Demona, your master soulmate. I, in truth, is always horny. So, because I always am, that means you have to be ready for SEX at all times. But I have two different levels of it. One where I'll let you have it with me freely. And the second is I would force you to have it with me. The first one is usually at a time where you would have me do it with you as be your normal loud self as we do it, and you'll have more freedom with it, which is my lower end of my sex drive. If you are on the higher end, or even you get me completely horny to where I want the SEX right at that second and won't take no for an answer, that is when I'll be rough and hard on you, schmexually as possible, while at the same time whether you want me to or not, I will FUCK you. That is either towards the high end or fully, but it has to be fully for me to truly grape you. But if it is just towards the high end of me being turned on, it will just be me being rough with you, pretty much. But you'll still have freedom to move your body to a point. But if you get me completely to where it is full, no matter what, you'll be exhausted by the time I am done by how hard, rough, and fast and forceful I am. Not to mention also sore, whether it is your redacted or redacted. If you get me that turned on, because all that will happen is SCX no matter what situation. So after explaining this in detail of why I asked you to tell me the answer in detail to the question I asked you, by how easily you could be fully turned on and how fast you truly do become turned on. Hopefully, like normal, you please me, my dear dog, wolf, slave, soulmate. Um, my dear dog, I'm sorry. If my boyfriend called me dog, I would be pissed. I feel dirty. I'm sorry. Yo, she tries to go out of to way to be as foul. I know. This is insane. Okay, Demona says, finally responds, "Hi, master. It is your slave, Demona. I am always turned on. I always think about SCX, but to the point when I'd lose control is if you would show me affection, such as a kiss, or touching me in my turn on spots, such as my three different words you guys can read. Then I'd say about 30 seconds, I'd be ready for sex, master." What the hell? Well, clearly Dee Dee, RIP, was not monitoring you like a psychopath. Because if I were Dee Dee and looking into her messages and accounts into her phone and found this, holy cow. Yeah, woof. Dude. She says, as for your sex drive, I'll do whatever you want, master. However you want, when you want. And if it's fast and hard, you know I'll be loud. So if you kiss me and touch me on my turn on spots, it's like 30 seconds that I'm ready and fully turned on, and about 1 minute for anything kind of sex. Also, seeing you naked does a trick too, master. Winky face. I love and adore you so much, my amazing master. Nick says, I'm pleased with your answer, Demona, as yes, this is your master Victor. But remember, when I get fully turned on, no matter what, you have to submit to me because that will be the only option. As for touching your body, don't worry about that. And I will probably play with certain parts of your body before I go into you. Gypsy says, trust me, master. I won't resist you. Even if it's forced, I'll submit. Do you know why? Because I adore you and you're my master. That's why. And you're so sexy and handsome. I'm disgusted. She says, we have a soulmate M&S relationship. Heart. We have a soulmate master and slave relationship. Nick says on February 18th, 2014. Demona, it is your master. Yes, you are right. We do have that kind of relationship, which I have been proud of us to have. But don't forget your devotion and loyalty is forever with me before anything else. You're my soulmate. No one else is Demona. Besides that, I also want you to answer something else too, besides what I said about your devotion and loyalty to me. Here's the question. I wish for you to answer and as a selfless person or doggy. Okay, the doggy, no. You're not calling me dog while we're having SCX. Okay. He says, I wish for you to answer as a selfless person or doggy would be thinking when it comes to wishes. Your wish is my command, my love. So hopefully that is what you are thinking when you hear me use the word wish. Besides noticing your loyalty to me, I want to know. Are you able to handle having SEX possibly one time per hour of a day? If it is a day your master's SEX drive is at all-time high. One time every hour of the day. If it is a day your master's SEX drive is at an all-time high, which may happen at times. There are only 3 answers to that question. Obviously, you always add your explanation with your answer, but I'll put them in letters for you to know which is which for the answers. Yes, A is yes, B is no, C is maybe. Now tell me your answer because I wish to know it along with your explanation to the answer, and make sure you answer one of those letters first before you give the explanation with it, dear. Gypsy says, or sorry, Demona. Hi, my master. It is your soulmate slave, Demona. Yes, it is true. My devotion and loyalty to you makes my mind work and think whatever he wishes I will obey. And to answer your other question, master, my answer is yes, I can handle that, master. Nick says, oh, I shouldn't be calling him Nick. His name is Master. Are they trying to get each other off over the phone? This is over Facebook. So I guess. Hey, MSM. Nick's master says, Master Nick. Wait, it's Master Victor. Okay, Master Victor, Master Victor. I have to remember not to get their double personalities confused. Master Victor says, it's good that you can handle that, Demona, as I figured you could, because there will be some days where I'll be that strongly sexually, and others where the least number of times I do have SEX with you is probably no less than 3 times a day. So no matter what, you'll have to get used to being frisky more than once per day, as I believe you'll enjoy doing anyways. And I knew your way of thinking had to be as I thought about your devotion and loyalty, and I'm glad I know you as well as I do. Just remember though, after you read this, this is the only thing you need to let me know of now is if you're being fine with the least amount of times we do have SEX is 3 times per day. If you are okay with that, let me know because Well, that is bound to happen. Just to let you know, there will be no less than that number of times per day. Demona says, 3 times per day is fine, Master. Master says, good, Demona, and I am about to answer Gypsy on her question since it is more to I have to anyways. Demona says, yes, sir. She's about to send pics. Smiley. Master says, okay, that's good news, Demona. I have questions for you though. I was wondering, will that be enough to satisfy you if you are effing your master 3 times a day at the least amount? Demona says, yes, sir. That's enough to keep happy, my master. Oh, that's enough to keep me happy, my master. Master says, good. Well, she has her answer to a question she thought he did when it was really me, since obviously I am always trying to help her with things before she was trying to figure out how to make it happen, but I made sure she did it this time. Okay. Oh, and another thing is not just Gypsy who has that responsibility. You better poke Nick too as a way to show your commitment to me, Demona. Demona says, yes, my master. Master says, so I should see it from your profile and Nick should see it from hers. Am I clear on this, dear Demona? Demona says, yes, sir. Master says, well, then where is your poke? Demona says, I just did it, Master. Master says, that's a good soulmate. Good job, Demona. Demona says, thank you, my master. Master says, you're welcome, dear. So I wonder now, are you aware that I expect more from you than Gypsy because you are my actual soulmate, hun? Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Yes, I do know you expect more from me because I'm your soulmate slave master. That's fine. I aim to please you. I love and adore you, my soulmate master. Master says, I love and adore you too, hun. But I should let you know that another reason I have always expected more from you is because you also can handle it. Demona says, very true, my master. Okay, so master sends a very long message on February 22nd. Um, can a man slaver master kiss? Thanks, Irony, for being here. You're among friends and weirdos. I call BS on 3 times a day. Dude, talk about nympho. That's a lot. On wheels in a freaky dog in the sheets. Dude, she's twisted, says Ruth. I'm cracking up over this. That is crazy. I should send her a message and be like, Gypsy Rose, I would like to ask you a question on Mellyverse into the little mic. Like, we want to know. Did you guys really have sex 3 times a day? Because we don't believe that shit. She would block me on Instagram. Interview. Okay, let's continue. Master says, Demona, it is your master. Now, the thing I'll have you do is this. Give me every way you can think of that you would want me to take advantage of you. That's right. Give me multiple scenarios, as many as you can think of, which mean I'll be expecting true detail in your messages. So, yes, I command you to give me as many scenarios in ways you want me to take advantage of you, Demona. Oh, and I'll have Nick read a part of this as well, because you also have to give him ways you plan on taking advantage of him, whether it's by seduction or grape, by force. Either way, you can give him scenarios that you plan to take advantage of his body and his mind while you are in that moment, Demona. I command you to make sure you have as much of this for both kinds of scenarios, whether it is me taking advantage of you or you taking advantage of Nick, as you can think of. And make sure you have as many as you can think of before you let me know. Before you let me know, you said as many of them as you could think of that you plan on hoping that happens and making it happen. You know, he types like he talks in those videos the creepy videos that we've seen. Make me proud of you like I am used to, and when read this his part, I'm sure you'll do perfectly fine on that. Just make sure you follow my commands perfectly and do as I said, my dear Demona soulmate. Demona says, "Okay, master. I'll do as many as I can think of. I'm at home, taking a shower, and you have just gotten home from going somewhere. You walk into the bathroom. I don't hear you come in. You close the door behind you, and then you turn off the lights. By this time, I know something's going on. I look around, but I can't see anything. I hear footsteps closer to the shower, and then I feel a tug on my arm, and suddenly I am being lifted out of the shower onto the floor, and I am dripping wet, and I can feel the touch of your hands all over me, but also holding me down when I feel your weight on me as you start to grape me." I have to make a personal announcement. Hi, Tracy. This is for educational purposes only. We learned about this in the third grade. We're all adults here. Lifted. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not. So it's hard to type with that keyword. Ew. Nick is setting himself up for failure. He really needs that. Dude, this is so bad. I can't even believe this. Um, hey Tracy, good to see you. Lifted by one of those handicap things that lift you out of the tub and onto the bed. Oh my goodness. Good grief, said Evie. I bet you guys weren't ready for like a little like dirty episode on Mellyverse. I'm gonna have to change the title for sure. Give people a heads up because Nick says, oh wait, she says, so then you start to grape me. Then, oh, here's another scenario. I'm sleeping in bed and then I'm woken up by a tug on my foot. It's coming from the foot of the bed. I pop up to see what it is, and I see you on the foot of the bed waiting. Then jump. You seem to nearly fly on top of me, ripping off my clothes until I'm completely naked. You take the ripped clothing off, make ties with it, tying me to the bedpost. And as I'm tied up, you get closer to my neck, and I feel a sharp pain like glass going into my neck. You were biting me and sucking the drops of blood that drip down. After that, you take off your pants and have your way with me. Now, the ones of me taking Nick. So here's a scenario with her and Nick. That was between her and Master. Evie says I wasn't ready for this. Dude, this is why some people should not read 50 Shades. I'm reading 50 Shades as soon as we get off this live. I'm reading it and I'm watching it. Oh, wait, we have another live after this. So I'll have to watch it tonight. I haven't seen it in years and now I'm curious why she's so obsessed. Okay, so Nick, this is what she says. Nick is playing his Xbox in his room. Oh my goodness. He don't hear me behind him, but I slowly come up behind him. I touch him with my hands, covering his eyes. I whisper in his ear, "Guess who?" He guessed right as he says, "Could it be my sexy Demona?" I laugh seductively and answer, "Yes." And he turns around to look at me. And as he turns to see me wearing nothing, much more than lingerie panty, he looks shocked and speechless. Then I ask, "Sweet pea, can you please come over to the bed? I need your help. I dropped something and I need you to get it for me." He looks like he suspects something is going on, but he goes to help her anyway. As he goes to the bed, I leap on him, and now he's on his back, and I'm on top of him. And I quickly grab the handcuffs he and Gypsy keep near the bed and cuff him. Then I start to pull down his pants and give him an amazing, and then an amazing. Read with your eyeballs, you guys. Read with your eyeballs. Then I take off my and start grinding on his, and then I have my way with him having rough. Gonna be a bumpy ride. I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen the movie, but I read the book. I know I read the book a long time ago. Well, let me get the music playing. Genuine. Dude, this is what she said pack. Dude, I know. I zoomed it in so you guys can read the parts I don't read out loud. Oh no. So now she says, here's another scenario. Nick is typing at his computer. When I sneak up between his legs, I jump at him, knocking him to the ground. He's trying to get away when I grab his feet and hold him back from getting away. Then I get myself up on him and say, Sweetie, stay right there, okay? This won't hurt a bit. Then I whisper, I promise, as he only watches me. I bite his shirt, then I rip his shirt down the middle. Then I proceed to take his out and play with it a bit. Okay, I'm not gonna read that whole sentence. You guys can read that. YouTube will get mad. I'm sure they already are. I managed to get his and me while I can hold him down with both hands and legs. I go slow, then I start to speed up to the point that I'm bouncing and jumping, screaming in pleasure as he moans and just takes it. I love and adore you, my amazing master. Master says, Demona, Nick liked the stories you gave of him, and you gave of him and you. He liked the second one more than the first, though, since you're holding him down yourself instead of handcuffs. Seems for some more reason to him on more. As for me, I love having my way with you in both of those ways. Overall, you did a good job, hun. However, what mainly matters is that you had to detail each of those. The more detail, the better, since it makes it more enjoyable, dear. Yes, your master loves and adores you too, hun. Demona says, I'm happy I pleased you, my master. Master says, hun, overall, you did. It wasn't fully, but you did a good job overall, hun. I should make note, though, Demona, you will have a project to do in the future, and I'm going to make you do it as a present from me and you to Nick. It will be for his birthday, and it will show your creativity as well, hun. Just be aware of this. February 23rd. I suppose I could say a little more about it, that maybe you'll be doing a story for Nick and I'll be hounding you on making sure there is more than enough detail in it to make it worth for him to wait and see, which means you have from the moment you get on today to start on it and keep adding on it till his birthday. Finish it up on that day, then send it to him in an email and make sure it is a page after page after page long. I want it to be like a story for him to read. I'll give you more details when we talk after you wake up and I am up to, then just ponder on what you could put into that only detail. I'll give you to think of it as a grape story on how you grape him, and putting him in details to make it feel more real for him is the kind of detail we're talking about here that I will be hounding you on to make sure you put into it. And based on the kind of grape he prefers, you know where to start on how you'll ponder about it only to make it as long as you possibly can over time. Then you know when you'll have to send it. Demona says, Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I will make Nick a story. She says, Demona says, Gypsy is in trouble with her mother. So Gypsy is laying low. So Gypsy was in trouble with Dee Dee on February 23rd of 2014. Master says, good Demona. Well, I'll probably have Nick on and off here to do the Gypsy situation, even though I'll have him seem appreciative for her for telling him. Demona says, thank you, my master. Gypsy should be in the clear in a few days. I love and adore you, my amazing master. Master says, Demona, I see you poked, which is good to see. That's that that poking stuff is weird. I guess I don't have Facebook. Like for those of you who have Facebook, like what's the deal with that? Ride her white mini horse, Evie. Yeah, I wrote a dirty email once when I was but I just want to see if I could do. Yeah, I mean they're really young here, but just coming from them is like disturbing, Like whatever, we all do stuff, but um they lack imagination. I just think like, okay, they're talking like this and then they stab her mother to death. I'm just like, what the dude, I don't know why, but some of my friends poke me all the time. I don't get the point. They aren't that young. You're right. They're not. Okay, Crease. See you later, girl. Love you. Have fun at work. Um, yeah, I guess they're in their 20s. Fantasy versus reality. Well, if you were going through abuse, you wouldn't be talking like this, I don't think, or would you? If your mother? I didn't think that poke thing was still. Oh yeah, that. I don't even know what that is. Like I know you can do it on Facebook, but I don't think does it mean anything? Like do you get points for it or something? uh, he says, Demona, I see you poked, which is good to see. I would suppose you would want to know more about what I was talking about earlier. Hmm. He says, we will see when you decide you are ready to learn more about the details. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Yes, please tell me any details you may have. Thank you, my master. Master says, Demona, I wish to do this when we talk for a while, though. I am aware that Nick wants to say goodnight to Gypsy, so I'll wait for a time when we are talking. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Thank you for letting Gyp and Nick talk on cam. She wanted me to tell you that she's going to let me talk to you later on here. Master says, good, Demona. Demona says, I love and adore you, my amazing master. Master says, love and adore you too, my dear. You must have forgotten what you must have forgotten that a vampire kisses like that. Demona says, well, you said I needed your permission for that kiss, master. Master says, true, but when I give it to you, you don't need to have it as long as I kiss you first, my dear. So with that said, heart. Kiss, heart. And then she sends the same thing back. He sends a smiley face. Gypsy sends a winky face. Nick says on February 25th, hun, smile. I want to see it with the blissful way of it. You know what I mean. Demona says, okay, my master, LOL. Master says, that is even better. Hun, so after I let Gypsy have the first time with me, will you be ready to handle all that I bring at you? Since you are my soulmate, which means I should be able to go so rough on you that you may scream, but can you still handle it? Demona says, I'll be able to handle it, master, as long as I can scream, and I know you'll get faster and harder and louder. I'm popping off now, master. I don't know what that means. I'm popping off now. Um, just so you're aware. Nick says, okay, hun, just make sure you get back on. Oh, like, I wonder if she meant like oh, like she's getting off. He says, oh, off the Facebook. He says, okay, hun, just make sure you get back on when you can each time since we need to have more time together. Demona says, I will, my sexy master. Oh, you got me all turned on now. LOL, Winky. Master says, good. As for me making you get louder, let's just say that you'll be exhausted by how rough and fast I'll go when we do it. And you better be ready at my command while we are. So that means I want you to when we're doing it. Get it right. Don't make your master wait so that way you do your best to please me. She says, yes, my master. He says, good, Demona. Next day on the 26th, she says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Master says, it's good that you are now, my dear soulmate, since I know you wish to spend as much time as you can with your soulmate. Demona says, I know, I'm glad. I know, master. I'm glad that Gypsy had her time with Nick, and now we can start spending more time together. I've missed you. Master says, yes, true. I must say, though, first off, Yes, I always miss having time to talk to you, but there's something on my mind. By you being my soulmate, does this mean you have no problem with doing things my way and only my way unless I say so? Give me detail in your answer to understand you fully, hun. Demona says, "Your way?" Question mark. Yes, master. I mean, there are things like using the bathroom if I need to, but other than that, I have no problem with it, sir. Master says, "Demona, stuff like that when you need to use the bathroom, all you have to do is ask. I'll usually always say yes, nice, yes, since that way you obey my power over you as your soulmate, and at the same time, you don't anger me. It's a win-win situation." She says, "Okay, master, then yes, sir, I'm fine with your way." Whoa, so it's like more than the BDSM thing. Like they were talking, like she was like for real trying to be his slave. Like she can't even use a restroom. What kind of sick shit is this? I hate to ask, was Demona about a biological male? I'm relate to the video and story. You need to go back on the playlist and you need to see the videos because it'll only make sense. So who unalived who? Is that where this is headed? So they both unalived her mom. So this is Gypsy Rose. She's a famous quote unquote influencer on social media. She's on TikTok. She has like shows and books. She and her boyfriend, short story Nick, who's in prison right now, they unalived her mom, stabbed her to death. And these are their dirty messages before the crime. And so nobody should be supporting Gypsy like on any type of no, this is more hardcore. Yeah, it is pizza. It's very hardcore. Um, no one should be a fan of Gypsy. I'm just saying she's sick. Yeah, they both did. She only did like 8 years in prison and he got stuck in there for life. It's a whole thing. Um, she says, "Okay, master, then, sir. Yes, I'm fine with your way. But I have a question for you as well, master." Master says, it seems about the perfect blind of domination together with submission. Would you agree? Answer this first before you think about even asking me anything. I guess I don't know a lot about like BDSM. So maybe we should have like a little learning lesson here on Mellyverse because that one might help. This is Timu S. Hardcore pizza seems epic brutal. I would do it. That's crazy. Um, she says he says answer this first before you think about even asking me anything. Blend. Oh, a perfect blend of domination. He did a typo. She says, "Yes, master, I believe we do." Master says, "I thought you would agree. Okay, you may ask your question now." Demona says, "My question is it okay with you? Well, as you know, I am bisexual. So can I express that on here, master?" What? B12 says, "Whoa, I just got here. Slow down, Melly." Yeah, B12, you better get ready for some dirty talk on the Mellyverse today. Wait, what? I didn't know she was bi. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, but I don't remember hearing this. We are just getting into the docs though. Like I think I've only done the videos and a few docs here and there, but we're getting into it. That's crazy. Master says, "That's a smart female to make sure I am okay with something like that before you make a decision like that. As long as it is schmexual, related to you being bi, yes, I'll allow it. Meaning, show the true nature of yourself as bi. You understand what I'm allowing? You will be allowed to do it as long as it's related in one way or another towards either sex." She says, "Okay, my master. Thank you, master." Master says, "You're welcome, my naturally obedient soulmate." Demona says, and also, is it okay if I flirt with a girl or no? What? Yeah, she said in the video in the message. Oh, and to the public regarding her prison stay. In the videos that we played, yeah, she was girls on girls in prison, if I remember. Oh, we need to get all of those records. I'm sure they're in this file. I want to know who the girlfriends were in prison. Okay, she says, also, is it okay if I flirt with a girl or no? Master says, Demona, that is too early for that. First, wait until we get to see each other in person. Afterward, then yes, we will allow you to do that. Just wait until I see you first in person. And after we get to FUCK right away, the first time you can have sex with the girl, and I will be okay with it. Just know, though, that I am your soulmate because I am. If I tell you to cut a girl out of your life that you were involved with, you do exactly as I said as soon as I said it. Am I clear? Demona says, yes, sir. You are clear. I just asked because I want to explore that part of me. I don't want to get into a relationship with a girl because you're my soulmate, but just for fun, you know? But I will wait. Smiley. Is the real Gypsy Rose bi as well? Like for real right now? The version of her in 2026? She was basically on vacation in prison. Gay for stay in prison is normal, apparently, Kenzie. It is. It is. It's a survival thing. Like it really is. We can talk about that on another live, but like a prison talk live. But yeah. Um, don't slow down. My ears are already bleeding, and I am ashamed. Alicia, Alicia, I'm sorry, but you're funny. You're cracking me up. Okay. She says, Master says, Demona, I know Gypsy, Nick, and I wouldn't allow you to get into a relationship with a girl. That is why you would do the flirting to have a girl and girl sex in the future, you know, and no feelings, just there for an encounter with them, since all your feelings are meant for only your soulmate. So if you had a girl and had girl sex with another girl, it was just for the fun of it. Otherwise, you was only interested in them for that reason, and that better be the only reason, because since you know I am your soulmate and there's no reason to look for a relationship with a girl, just the fun part of the relationship. Do you agree? Demona says, that is the only thing I want is a girl and girl sex, nothing more. Oh, I'm shooketh. I need a drink. Demona says, so I agree. Master says, good. And Demona, I have a rule that you better make sure you follow. Since I love that you are bi, that means when the time comes and you start to flirt with a girl to have that kind of sex, I should remind you that you have to find the ones who are bi and only bi if you want to have girl and girl, since there is a chance you may have to share me, which means we may do threesomes frequently, since when it is you and I want to make want to add more fun into it while I have my soulmate out with me. So with that said, make sure of what I said and keep that rule in mind for when you do start doing that. Do you understand, hun? Demona says, all my devotion, love, and adoring is yours, my soulmate master. Master says, read and answer my question then, hun. She says, yes, sir, that's fine, my master. I'm open to that. Master says, then you agree with me. Then you want it to be max fun for your master while you and him are doing it. Add another girl to it and it makes it funner for us since we'll have more to do. Demona, do you agree it makes it funner? Demona says, yes, my master, it would be funner, but you'll still kiss me a lot, right? Is funner even a word? I don't think so. Let me look it up. Wow. It is considered a word, especially in informal context, but more fun is generally preferred according to what, the dictionary. Oxford Language Dictionary. Okay. Um, you would still kiss me a lot, right? He says, Demona, as long as you aim to please me while another girl is around, you'll get more attention than you ever thought you could have from me. And that means you have to be open to let threesomes be complete, if you know what I mean by that. She says, well, yes, sir. Of course, I'd aim to please you more. But what do you mean by complete, master? Master says, it means it would be having sex with both of you, Demona. It means I would be allowed to do anything I want to the other girl except get her pregnant. Otherwise, I can do all that with you. I can do with her since I would only be interested in her in general. You would be the only one I would kiss on the mouth. Otherwise, she'll get all the other stuff I'll do for you, hun. That is what it means. You best give me a detailed answer to what I just told you then. She says, that sounds reasonable, master. I like gypsies with Nick. I'm possessive, so I'd be her if you kiss her on the lips. So with that said, I agree to what you're saying, but I wonder, how do you feel about girl on girl kissing? Like for me and the other girl? Master says, do you know what could happen if you do kiss another girl on the lips? You're about to find out how smart your master is if you don't know what could happen. Demona says, I don't know, master. Can you please tell me? Master says, Demona, that is one of the ways it is more than possible for you to start to develop feelings for her. I would allow you to do this under one condition. You ready for it since you know you'll have to obey it, Demona? Demona says, yes, sir. I'm ready to hear it. Though I'm loyal to you, master. Master says that means you would have to only allow those feelings to be schmexual, that is, towards her, which means you would be attracted to her beauty. But the only reason you have feelings towards her is to fuck her. The only reason otherwise you don't want to get involved in a relationship with her at all. Just allow those feelings to only want to f her as often as you feel the need to appear. Will you obey this condition? Demona says, I will obey this condition, master. However, I want you to know I wanted to turn you on, so I would have kissed her as a way to turn you on. Master says, Demona, that would work, but I just have to warn you of the dangers of kissing her. And that is why I told you to obey this condition. And if you will, as you said you will, I'll allow her to kiss you, but just be aware if you are kissing her and you do turn me on, I will, whoever is on top of the other at the time. Demona says, yes, my master, I will obey your condition, but for now, I'll only be posting this that relate to my bisexually. I won't engage in anything with a girl. I'm devoted and loyal to you and always will. So I'm glad you understand it's only for pleasure. Later on down the line, not now. So I just wanted to talk that over with you. Heart, smiley. Master says, yes. And Demona, you don't mind sharing your master as long as you get the kissing and all the things that tells you that I still adore you still. Remember, a selfless slave isn't afraid to share those who mean the most to them if it makes that person pleased, my dear. No way. This is wild. Good luck finding another girl. Oh, hi, Yasin. She's called Nick's darker side, Sir Black. Oh, yeah, I've heard that. At least we don't have to hear her annoying voice with these. He always needs the detailed answers because he's being dirty. Gypsy's basically, yes, master. She called him a vampire. They're creepy crawlies. Demona says, yes, I'll share my sweet understanding, master. Master says, good. You want to say more? It seemed about you sharing me. Go ahead if you do have more to say, hun. Demona says, oh no. Master says, I'll wait until you answer that question, then I'll say more, my dear. Demona says, I just wanted you to be reassured now that you know I'm not going to cheat with another guy or girl, that it's only for actual reasons. So I don't want you nor Nick to worry about me turning fully lesbian or whatever. This is crazy because I won't. My preferred is a male, but I'm attracted I'm attracted to girls too in an actual way, not to be in a relationship way. So I hope this reassures you, Master. I love and adore you, my master. You are my soulmate for all eternity. Master says, yes, I love and adore you too, my dear. Now to what I was going to say. Demona, do you know what I would expect you to do while we were around another girl? Because you'll love what I'm about to say, hun. She says, I don't know, master, but I'm curious. Oh, Lord. Master says, Demona, when we are having with another girl, what I want you to do is make it into a competition. Show her why you are proud to be owned by your master and why you are my soulmate, meaning when I F you or eat you, make sure you are louder than her. When I have you, you guys can read this whole sentence on your own. She has competition if she thinks that she can only do any of that stuff better than you. Because if you do this thing, I'll expect you'll find it easier to please me since I love seeing competition in my soulmate. Gypsy needs to be arrested now, like today. There's no way in hell you hear me calling anybody master. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Demona says, I will do that, my master. You're mine, and I'll show her that you're my man and my master. Master says, good, because even thinking about it right now is making your master horny. Demona says, LOL, well, good, master. Master says, so does this mean when I blank around another girl or whether it is in, dude, these are like, I didn't realize how X-rated these were. It is in the, are you going to scream so loud that it will hurt her ears? Haha, I love thinking this way. I just hope you do it. You guys, I'll leave that there so you can read that all in highlighted blue. Demona says, I will, my master. And then she says, test. Never mind. I'm back. Oh, she looks like she was having issues. She said Facebook is weird. Master says, good. There's just one more thing you have to do. Show her that you're my slut too. Yes, that you are my dirty woman and she could never handle what you are willing to do for me. So that means when I blank you, you're going to get dirty with how you talk to me. So this way she knows you're my. I will teach her that no one walks your body like I do, and I'll be more than smiling if I see this. So will you do it too, my dirty, slutty, love soulmate slave? There, I got to send the messages, hun. Before it wouldn't let me. Demona says, thanks, my master. You fixed it. Master says, you're welcome. But to get to my question, dear, since you know I don't like to wait any longer than you know I have to. She says, I can do that, my master. I'm your slut and I'm your slave, your soulmate slave. You can rock my body any day. Winky. Master says, that's my soulmate. Demona will talk about being really adventurous in the future. If you know what I mean by that, right? Now we have to let Nick and Gypsy get as close to each other physically as possible. After we will get to do even deeper exploring since I want my slave soulmate to truly have fun. But answer the question I asked, hun. Demona says, yes, my master, very true. That needs a physical connection first. But me and Gypsy really got to go now for tonight. So what was your question in short, master? I will do that for us, master. As your dirty love slave, I'll do that. The showing and smiling while you blank me with another girl, if that's your question. Master says, Demona, what I'm talking about is I will have you do maybe a foursome when the time comes so that you can have true fun. We will start with us, then another girl, and then another guy, and then go from there. I want us to truly explore, and it will be solely for our pleasure, hon. What kind of hey trappers, what kind of dirty freaks are they? Rock your body. Hi, Kendra. Oh heavens, so hello to you too. I know, I know. So he says, solely for our pleasure. Demona says, okay, master, if that would please you, then I'll agree to it. Now, if you don't mind, I'll hop on Gypsy's profile so we may do the quick tradition all together. And we can talk more about these topics next time we talk, master. Master says, Demona, before you do that, answer me this. You want to have the max amount of fun having sex with your master, right? If you do, then you will let me know any kind of sex you are okay with, just to please me, that is. I want to hear as long as it's true. Demona says, yes, sir. Of course, I want to have fun with you, having any kind of sex. Oh, oral, A word, V word. Yo. She says threesomes, just us, foursomes, as long as I please you. Master says, good. Then I'll let you go on her profile. Just a last thing to do, though. Let me know this. When we plan the ones with others, whether it is threesomes, foursomes, and such like that, you will let them know straight from the start that you are only interested in effing them, and only so that this way they know you aren't interested in relations. Are we clear? So this way you allow us to have fun while we're the only ones who are truly having fun while being in love. Demona says, we are perfectly clear, my master. Master says, good. All right. You are as obedient as a master could ever ask for. I know you won't go on her profile without me telling you to. So, since you are making sure I am pleased, which I am for tonight, you may get on her profile. And when you do, let her talk to me and you at the same time, since I'll have a quick question for her before we do the tradition. Understand me? If you do answer, then do as I say. Demona says, yes, sir. Oh, for her? That's fine, master. Heart. Master says, okay, good. Now log off here and make sure she is with you when you get on her profile. My blessing, obedient slave. Demona says, yes, my master. Thank you, my master. Master says, you're welcome, my natural love slave that is being perfect to me. Demona says, we love and adore you, our sweet, handsome master. Master says, love and adore you too, my dears. Gypsy sends a heart, smiley. Next day, February 27th. Master says, Demona, just letting you know all the post on your wall is from me, your master, just so you are aware. Demona says, thank you, my master. Master says, Demona, you say thank you, yet you don't answer them. You better answer them next time you are on, or you are going to be sorry. Demona says, I'm sorry, master. I didn't see you had posted something. Well, I liked them. Very funny. Master says, well, I know you would get the same sense of humor as your master, as we both see, so I figured you would love them. Demona says, I do, my master. Master says, good, but before I forgive you, please say sorry as I taught you to. Demona says, I am so sorry, my master, for not paying attention to my profile post. I will be more observant from now on. Please forgive me, my master? Question mark. Master says, yes, I forgive you, Demona, now that you did that the right way. Just make sure you are always paying attention to your post more when they are notifications. Demona says, yes, sir. Thank you, my sweet love master. Master says, and yes, Demona, say that right if you're going to say it. Demona says, yes, my master. Thank you, my master. Master says, that sounds better. Now that I was going to say, if you are going to use love, say the full soulmate words, Demona. Demona, you have posts to answer. Don't forget to answer them all. I'm serious, all of them. Good job, Demona. I am overall pleased. Just make sure you do what you can to answer my comments, though, since you need to make sure you do. But like I said, good job. Demona says, thank you, my master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear. And then that's on, oh, so it jumped to March 3rd. March 3rd, Master says, Demona, if you're smart like I believe you are, you would remember to poke as you know you are expected. Never mind. I see you did. You seemed you have seemed to talk a lot, it seems, Demona. That's fine, as long as I get an answer from you. Demona, make sure you answer me as the soonest time you can. Demona says, I'm sorry, Master. It's just Nick and Gypsy take up all of my time. I just got started on Nick's story. I have a concept. It's okay. Nick is talking to Gypsy at the library, but he don't know I'm at his house waiting for him so I can grape him. Master says, it's a good concept on it. Just make sure it is your wild self. We both know, and also make sure the story is just as I said. I want him to feel like you turned him on by just reading it, though he could CUM while master to it. And you never forget you have a lot of time to put this together. It is meant to truly be a story. That means the details that you know I know can be means that you are to make sure this is in such detail that you will put the moment in his head by how vivid the details are of the situation. Make me proud of you, Demona. Demona says, that's right, my master. Okay, I'm getting off with Gypsy now, master, since she's with me. We should say it to you, though. We love and adore you so much, our amazing master. Good night, our dark angel. Master says, it's good to see the respects from both of you that your master deserves. I love and adore you too, my dears. Good night, my obedient love slave and love slave soulmate. Before you both log off, give me back a smile. So she puts 2 hearts and 2 smiles. Master says, there we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, my dears, you may log off. And Demona, since this is on your profile, that means you are the one to thank me as would be expected. Demona says, thank you, my soulmate master. Master says, you're welcome, my dear, amazing soulmate. And then he says, don't forget to poke me next time you are on and make sure you let me know what is going on with the story. Demona says, Master, tell Nick him and Gypsy might be able to cam in a bit, maybe in like an hour. Master says, yes, but make sure you do as I said earlier. I know you poked like you were supposed to, but you may be forgetting something. Demona says, yes, sir. Hi, my master. It's your slave, Demona. Master says, yes, it's good you did that. But when you first got on here, you were supposed to read my last message and make sure you did as I was expecting. Demona says, yes, sir. I'll let you know what's going on with the story soon, master. Master says, seems suitable as long as you don't forget. If you do, I'll make sure you regret it. Demona, what I said best be clear to you or I'll make it clear. He's kind of a creep. Did we just witness them do it through Facebook messages? Yeah. I'm sorry, but Nick's are more bearable to listen to than Gypsy's. The text with him and his other girlfriend aren't even really, because I'm going to read them. Hey, Q, I hope her husband or whatever reads this. That's why I said at the beginning, I'm like, I would be ashamed. Even though she's famous and whatever, famous in her own way and rich, I just can't. I can't say they're nuts until they unalive mom the rest of this. I mean, everyone shows love differently. Some are more conservative than others. Not saying me. Yeah, okay, whatever. Some. Okay. Just kidding. Demona says, I'll remember, master. Maybe we can talk on cam. Master says, Demona, you'll have to earn that time. What? Earn that time with me on cam, or it won't happen if you never earn it as you're supposed to doing when it comes to time with me. By the way, you may want to make sure the posts are answered to, not just liked. Just giving you an idea if you're aiming to please your master soulmate as well. Nick is a little off, like I'm not gonna lie. He is. Um, he says, yes, there's still more to like as well and post. We will see if you please me. Demona says, yes, sir. Please tell Nick Gypsy is ready to cam, and I'll finish answering you. Master says, Demona, she'll have post to answer before she can do that. And yes, you best make sure you finish answering the post before you let her talk to Nick. We will see if you do that, or in fact, you do forget. I have to sneeze. Yeah, they discussed gross and weird things regarding the schmurder. Didn't they have SEX after the schmurder in her house? Um, Demona says, okay, master, as for the story, I'm working on it. It's going good. And she sends a heart. Master says, good, Demona. Okay, wait, so what's the date on here? March 4th. Then it jumps to May 14th. Good job, Demona. I am proud of you. You did as I was expecting. Couldn't have asked any more than I already have right about now. Now, since you did it, do you know your master is patient? So, with that said, make sure you do get caught up on all these posts. Then, after that, you can talk all you want to your slave, or if you wish to speak to me, Demona. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Thank you. I will do as you say. Master says, you're welcome, Demona, and I know you'll make me proud as you have grown and will continue to. Demona says, well, if you're pleased, that's all that matters. Master says, Demona, as you grow and learn, as always, you'll find it easier for your master to be pleased because you know what works best based on the experience you have had and what you have learned from them. But most likely, if anything, I know is that yes, you have a dominant side to you, but your submissive side to you matches me perfectly as shown. Demona says, so we kind of make a royal dom team, like you're the king dom and I'm the queen dom, but I'm also your sub. Master says, yes, Demona, you get it. And remember how I said you would become a perfect mistress? Well, you got the teachings from a born master. So with that said, believe me, Nick will feel blessed to have you as his mistress. Demona says, oh, good master. Master says, Demona, how do you feel about having Nick as your slave? He has actually proven to you that he is capable of no mistake days, as I told you myself he is capable of. Demona says, I feel honored and happy to have him. He is a good slave, and I could not ask for better. Master says, good, Demona, good. Don't forget how comments are important, though, hun. You know your master wants you to have it all taken care of when you best get the chance to. And then on the next day on 5:15, he writes, ma'am, it is your slave, Nick. As I bow down to you respectfully, ma'am, I just wanted to let you know that I do miss spending time with you. I hope to have more bonding time with you soon, since I would hope you would be willing to give me bonding time with you. As I bow again to you and let you think about it before you answer, and hope I get good news, as I respectfully leave you be until I get a response. Demona, it is your master. I figured I would let you know that I updated your profile on settings that suit it more appropriately. So hopefully, even if you do notice, you just leave them as they are, since I said they are appreciate, which means keep them as they were put. He's like controlling her Facebook and everything. Demona says, thank you, my master. Hello, my sweet slave. It is your mistress. Yes, I do want to spend some bonding time with you as well. Master says, Demona, it is your master and you're welcome. Then he says, hi, ma'am, it is your slave. And I'm glad to hear your response as I hope to spend time with you again. As I bow to you again and then leave again respectfully. That is so creepy. He's like asking, they're like, they're both acting like their other personality in the same freaking convo. She said like a business meeting. They give each other PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, please. Thank you, trappers. Don't forget to show love by liking and subscribing. Mistress girl, no. Oh Lord. I'm reading your guys' comments. Um, he says, Demona, it is so it was 5/15, May 15th, and now it's May 16th. Demona, it is your master. Don't slip. I see you haven't been trying to keep up. Do it next time you are on. It's your responsibility, Demona. And then he says, since you still got posts to take care of. Demona says, hi, my master. It's been taken care of. Hi, my master. It is your soulmate slave, Demona. Hi, my sweet slave, Nicholas. It's your mistress, Demona. I just wanted you to know your punishment has ended. Yeah, that's crazy. So she acts like Gypsy here, then acts like Demona here, and then is a mistress down here. Master says, Demona, it is your master. Yes, you have caught up for the most part, but I know you know better about one thing, and yes, I'm going to yell at you because that is the only thing I expect perfection out of you already, at which is this. Why the hell haven't you poked me like a good slave soulmate? Poke me next time you are on, or I'll have consequences for you. I better be clear about this. There, I yelled at you since you have no excuses for forgetting, Demona. That's what I say to you guys right now. Did you like the live? Be good slaves, soulmates, okay? Like the live. Or next time I am on, there will be consequences. Chat and viewers. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. Hit the like button, but no consequences for the babelets. Master says, then I say, thank you, my mistress, as I smile at you, then let you be until you need me respectfully. Demona says, hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I'm sorry. I just poked you. Master says, good, Demona. Now that is the way it should be. Remember to do it on from now on. She says, thank you, my master. He says, you're welcome, my dear. May 18th. Demona, it is your master. I believe you are aware that you are supposed to have your story for Nick's birthday done by the 19th. So with that said, make sure you still keep it detailed and make sure everything that I would expect out of you is what I see when he reads this story, and even could CUM to the details, Demona. I can't see you disappointing me. So all I expect is true fulfillment of what is to be expected, as I believe more than ever you will do as well as possible. Okay, so then it's the next day. It's master's birthday. He says, Demona, it is your master. I just wanted to remind you that you must have the story done by no later than 11 p.m. tonight and have it sent in before midnight. Obviously, by Nick's email. Other than that, the only thing I have to say is a reminder of something else too. I'll reassure you, for I believe you can do it back just fine. Love, adore, and worship you, my dear soulmate, Demona. Demona says, I sent it, my master. I love and adore and worship you too, my master. Master says, yes, Demona, I am aware you sent it. He says, I love and adore and worship you too, hun. She says, thank you, my sweet master. He says, you're welcome. May 21st. She says, hello, Nicholas. This is your mistress. I want you to make a video for me telling me how you feel about me being your mistress and you being my slave, and how far you will go to please me. Do this for me, my sweet slave. The slave says, oh, no slave. Demona, it is your master. Nick doesn't have to make this video yet. Why? Because you and Gypsy still have one to do together. Remember the one where you say in a video how you feel about all the sexual things I brought up in the past? He doesn't have to do that until he doesn't have to do his until that time the video is sent from you and Gypsy. So he is exempted until that time. She says, "Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. Does me being his mistress change anything in the video Gypsy and I need to make?" Master says, "Demona, it is your master. Yes, you're dominant over Nick. So that means you take a dominant approach over how you describe the same things I told you to. Obviously, you graping him is considered dominant. So with that said, you make sure that is mentioned along with all the others that are expected, but you still respond to me the same way in the video, Demona, as Gypsy will do the same towards Nick. She knows he is considered to be the dominant one over her by tradition. So it would be obvious for her to do that. You answer for her on here, so she isn't supposed to say anything since it is your profile, but she can answer on her profile about this Demona, and you must make sure you do the same on this one." She says, "Yes, sir, I will do as you say. I'll do the video and speak to Nick in a dominant way." Now it's the 22nd. "Demona, it is your master. Good. I am happy to see that you will do as I say, and I like normal. I know you'll do fine. And like normal, I know you'll do just fine." Then he says, "Demona, it is your master. There's one other way you are to talk to Nick as his mistress. Yes, you're supposed to seem dominant over him, but you're supposed to stay as your seductive self too, which I know shouldn't be hard at all for you to do. So the message you will be giving him by your seductive self is sexually dominant over him kind of message. I figured I had to make sure you knew this. Now you do, Demona." She says, I sure can do that, my master. I love, adore, and worship you, my master." He says, "Demona, it is your master." Oh, the 24th. "Demona, it is your master. Of course I can see you do this. Other than that, yes, I love, adore, and worship you too." Now it's May 27th. "Thank you for your service, Master Melly." Not me. Now you guys have to call me Master Melly. "Yes, they are relationship goal AF." Dude, if this relationship couldn't make it, I feel there's no hope for any of us. Oh no. Victor is also a vampire. I am a vampire. Aaliyah 1 in a million. Demona's supposed to be a demon, but a girl? Yeah. Hey, William, good to see you. Ooh, sounds like a good day. Um, she says, okay, so he says, "Yeah, I love you." He says on the 27th, "Demona, it is your master. Thanks to you again, even though I said it on her profile for the sweet words, but you know you are to say it on here properly, which means you say it on the soulmate way and you do it on here. So I'll say it that way to you. And when you are on again, you best remember to do it back. I love, adore you, and worship you, my dear, sexy soulmate, love slave of blissfulness." Then he says, "Demona, it is your master. I told in to wait his turn. He has to answer to you about your video to him, as he knows naturally that is expected. But first, I must say how well you did in it. First of all, yes, you are right. He isn't supposed to touch you without your permission. However, Demona, I should give you the full scoop about what you would be what you would be judged about, as well as you would judge him about, Demona. You and Gypsy, as well as I'll let her read it from your profile, then answer it on hers. But you and her need to remember it isn't just can't touch without permission. It is also move, speak, or smell without my permission, as you would be smart to let him know this too. However, yes, you were seeming dominant of him, as you should. Not only that you did see to level out the seductive part of you with the dominant together, which is what I would have expected. But one thing you'll have to do, Demona, as I will require you to do it, is let Nick know about punishments in person, not just while he isn't around you. If he doesn't listen and obey and please, or the old slave saying, quote unquote, "I serve to obey to please you, my mistress slash master," as it is known as, which is very famous kind of saying in the BDSM. But yes, Demona, make sure you have a chance to make another video and cover what you should, which is his punishments in person too, and any other things you wish to get him to know, since you may think of other things too at the time. But if you don't, you can always retrace what you already told him before and remind him of it, just so it looks like your video to him was a decent length. Since being the dominant is always a good to look is always to look good is for you to have everything out of the way you ever wanted to make clear. As you know, I don't always have that down. So I always had to make other videos from time to time. However, hopefully you do the same now. Here is your slave, and I believe he will question you properly since we both know he is a natural for both sides. And then oh, here's the slave. Hi, my mistress. They're psychos. He says, "Hi, my mistress. It is your slave, Nick. I did watch your video, and yes, I did bow when you expected me to. However, I have one question for you, if I may ask. It's which I believe you'll let me. Ma'am, I wonder what about when I am a naughty in person and I displease you? What will happen then? I know you told me what to expect right now, but I am unsure of what to expect in person. May you please tell me, my mistress? Please." That's all I had to say, and thank you for your time, ma'am. As I walk away respectfully to you, knowing you aren't able to answer right now, but patient that you will. She says, "Okay, baby, I'm here. Go ahead and make it so the old email can't log into my Facebook." He says, "Okay, honey, but you got to go to the other email. Yes, the AOL one, and look for an email from Facebook and confirm it is the one you want it to change to, dear, by clicking on that link, darling, since I think it won't let me change the settings to get rid of that email until then, darling." He says, "Dear, I'm going to have to watch my half brother soon, so I won't have much time to do this before. I am busy. Give me the email's password and I'll do this all myself." Then, since it's like you can't get any of this stuff done when you're having to pop off and on yourself, dear. Sighs. She says, "So it can still log in with BJIP?" He says, "Dear, like I said, you're going to have to confirm that you want that email to be your permanent one before I can do anything, dear. Dear, if you were listening, you would have realized this as I just had to repeat myself." He says, "Baby, when you get on here, I'll let you know what is going on." Then he says, "Sweetheart, I did make you a new one, and the password is more complicated to figure out, but I figured it fitted better anyways. When you get on here, find the password and put in the email I show you right now. Type it as you see it. Exactly as you see it, you will get that profile to open for you, darling." She says, "Hey, baby. Okay, you made a new email and Facebook and password, right?" He says, "Darling, you are reading earlier what I said." She says, "Mom believes my story that I was on her computer and went on her eBay and tried to buy a dress with the name Rose Lee." Wait, she says, "Mom believes my story that I was on her computer and went on her eBay and tried to buy a dress with the name Rose Lee. She has not found the emails, thank God." So she would worry about her mom going in there. I'm having such 2010s Yahoo group. Dude, it's the AOL, the MSN Messenger. I used to be hooked on that. I loved AOL chat, MSN Messenger. I was like a chat room type of girl, if you know what I mean. With Gypsy bows, I always thought of her wig was gonna slide off onto the floor. Her mom's probably like, "What the is she buying this for?" I bet he really did bow to his no, they did, and then remember the kisses? She says she has not found the emails, thank God, but that was freaking close to me being busted. Oh, so Dee Dee almost busted her. Oh, so she was, like, trying to probably, like, get back into her accounts and talk to him, and Dee Dee was like, "What are you doing?" Maybe. I don't know. Master says, baby, you have to keep her off track for 30 days because so that data on the profile is gone. It is the only way it will go away, even though I did block me from that profile. So it would delete our history, as smart as I am. She says, okay, baby, thank you so much. He says, you're welcome, my love. She says, I was stupid for using my real name. I was stupid using my real email for purchasing stuff online. So what, she used Dee Dee's credit card to buy stuff? Yeah, if you were paying attention. I know, he's like, "Pay attention, dumbass." He's like, "Go back and read. Did you read it?" She says, "I was stupid for using my real email for purchasing stuff online." Master says, "I know, dear, but I made sure that the next one you have will be a lot harder to figure out. It is a password she wouldn't think of without knowing you were with me, which if she never finds out you are with me, she'll never get into that email, dear." Or Demona says, "So did you make a new Facebook? Is that what it is, or is that the password for the new email?" Hi, my master. I'm answering you first. I will let Nick know what punishments are in store in person. Master says, good, Demona, good. She says, I will let him know of what you told me to do. Okay, I'll answer him now, master. Master says, okay, good. She says, hi, my dear sweet slave Nicholas. To answer your question in person, I will punish you by either spanking you or making you kiss my feet while you are naked or make you lick me whatever I want, or more severe things, I'll grape you hard. What the? Master says, yes, my mistress. Oh, sorry, slave. Slave says, yes, my mistress. I have another question though. I heard, I don't know if it's true, but are you supposed to tell me in a video, ma'am? She says, yes, I am. As soon as I can, I'll tell you in detail. Slave says, okay, ma'am. She says, good. Now I'll say goodnight to you. I love you and adore you, my sweet slave. Good night, sweet pea. You have my permission to say it back and kiss me back. Slave says, I love and adore you too, my dear sweet mistress. Good night, ma'am. Thank you, my sweet slave, she says. Slave says, you're welcome, my mistress. She says, now I leave my master a message and get off here. He says, okay, ma'am. Now it's Demona. Hi, my master. It is your slave, Demona. I'm reassuring you now. I love and adore and worship you, my amazing master. Good night, my dear dark king. I will forever be true to you and the bond that we share as soulmates. I will dream of you, my wonderful protector and teacher. Yuck. Master says, I love, adore, and worship you too, my dear soulmate. Good night, my everything and a needed soulmate. Always stay true to me and a bond only we share. Yes, dream of us as you should, Demona. I'm stealing a few, Melanie, not the voice. You know what? They do like really love each other. Like we all want that, right? But we don't want to be a slave nor a master. Or maybe some of us do. I don't know. Gypsy has turned off a lot of things I used to like. I'm stealing that line. You have my permission to kiss me back. I've never hated role playing as much as I do right now. I have questions. Like, what's her husband's name that she's with right now? I'm wondering, like, did he read these? Did he read the whole FOIA? That's a problem. Uh, he says, Demona, get your pic on your profile like you did before, since you should have it up, my dear. She said, that's the bad thing, master. I deleted all my pics in frantic fright. I have no pics of me or Gypsy. He says, Demona, it looks like I'll be baiting you out like I always seem to be the one to do so. She says, thank you, my master. Oh gosh, here he goes. He says, you're welcome. But I must say, I should punish you for thinking irresponsibly. So I believe I will. Demona, as a punishment for not thinking clearly, as I'll have you pressured to make sure it's done as a punishment so it feels like one. Demona, I command you to make time when you can to give me a total of 15 pics of you in random lingerie and naked. If it isn't exactly 15, I will make you do them again. So that is my punishment for thinking impulsively without thinking carefully before you reacted. Demona, here's your pick. Nick went through hell to get it to you. So you better thank your slave for getting you out of trouble as badly as you could have been, but you still have a punishment to fulfill, hun. After you see the pic, copy as a pic and then re-upload it as your profile pic. I want you to give me a reason to be proud of you. So you do it for me. So this way I can be, or if I was in the mood, I would do it for you. But I give you a way to make me proud, which I suggest you take advantage of. And then he sends a pic. She says, thank you, my master. I will make you 15 pics of me, my master. I'm sorry for not thinking clearly. Master says, good, Demona. That is what is expected, and you are forgiven. She says, thank you, my master. I'll get those pics to you as soon as I can. He says, you're welcome, my dear. Demona. Wait, that was on what date? The 29th. Then it jumps to May 31st, 2014. Demona, I should ask you, how is the progress of you getting that lingerie going? Because it has been a while since you have updated me, my dear. She says, I'm looking for it every time I go shopping, master. He says, okay, good, Demona. She sends a heart. She says, my master, I'm going to spoil you now. Oh, wait, so it went from the 31st to June 2nd. She says, my master, I'm going to spoil you now. She sends picture. She says, this picture is not some random flirty pic. It has meaning behind it. I'm showing my backside to you. So I'm submitting myself to you to do whatever you want with me, master. Is a gift-like photo. I love, adore, and worship you, my master. He says, very impressive, Demona. Good job making the pic. However, as far as what you said earlier, I'll say it back since it would be rude not to. I love, adore, and worship you too, my dear soulmate slave. As for the kissing, you'll earn such a kiss like that in the future, but I'll still give you a vampire kiss. She says, thank you, my master. He says, you're welcome, my dear love slave. Then he says, Demona, I figured I would message you, just letting you know that when it comes to your pics, make sure you get them done when you can, and you already know the guidelines that are expected of you doing them. Make me proud. She says, yes, sir. On the 5th, she says, Nicholas, this is your mistress. It seems you are Gypsy are arguing. It looks like you'll be talking to me. The slave says, slave Nick, hi, my mistress. It is your slave Nick. I'm fine with spending time with you. Gypsy has gotten under my skin to the point I'm fine with not talking to her for weeks. At this point, she has truly pissed me off, ma'am. Gypsy pissed off master. Like bite neck, vampire kiss? I have no idea, B12, but I need to learn whatever it is. She pissed him off. He says, okay, other thing, ma'am. I also want you to know that the weeks part I wasn't serious about, but not talking to her for days, I would be more serious about. So yes, ma'am, that is how it is. Then he says, Demona, it's your master. I see that you have to talk to Nick and I'll have to talk to Gypsy. This is what I expect from you. You get Nick in line, I'll deal with Gypsy. After we have gotten them in line, they should be able to talk without going off on each other. However, I know Gypsy is going to have to stay sweet to Nick to get him to lower his guard enough to him finally budge, or he'll never forgive her at all since he is in an extremely stubborn mood. But since you are his mistress, you may be the only one to get him in line since he knows he has no choice but to listen to you, just like you and Gypsy have the same situation towards me. Well, now you know what is expected. Make sure it's done, and I'll do the same for Gypsy. Demona says, okay, my master, I'll leave him a message right now. Since I can't be, sorry, I can't be on right now for long. He says, okay, I'll let you do it. Make me proud, Demona. Mistress says, Nicholas, don't say things that you don't mean, like quote unquote weeks. Yes, it is your mistress, Demona. Gypsy has a forgetful memory, and you are her true love and her strength. You meant to remind her, then she'll do it right. If you yell at her, you will only hurt your soulmate. So you should be in pain right now from what you have done. Shame on you. You have disappointed me by acting that way to the person who does so much for you. She only got defensive because you hurt her. She wants to talk to you, but she is now afraid of you. Don't get it now. You don't get it now that she worships you. You can break her heart so effing easy. You better listen to me and ease up on her. Is that understood, Nicholas? She's going to calm down and calmly say sorry to you the way lovers do, the way soulmates do. Slave Nick says, ma'am, it's your slave Nick. I see you got the dominant side in you, just like your master. You're making me think more. Ma'am, I've had that built up. I didn't want to snap on her at all, so I kept it in, even if it hurt me more and more. I thought maybe she would get the hint without me having to snap. I still had to. I'm sorry for disappointing you, ma'am. I realize that yes, I did hurt her. I do feel guilty for hurting her, but I said it before, she had it coming with each comeback she had. Truthfully, I didn't want to argue with her at all, ma'am. I was hoping she wouldn't keep pushing me to go further, but she did, so I started being sarcastic. Yes, I am ashamed of myself for disappointing you. However, ma'am, I understand I have to ease up on her. You told me to ease up on her. You told me to do. I know my natural submissive side is telling me to listen, so I will. She says, good, my slave. Gypsy will get things if you have communication. Had they met at this point? Nope. Not in this time period. Yeah. He says, oh, wait, she says, good, my slave. Okay, communication. Oh, master says, ma'am, we were communicating just not on the level we are used to, which normally we don't have to worry about a fight like this because usually our communication is impressive. But yes, ma'am, I just didn't communicate with her the right way. And then he says, make sure after we have calmed them down both, making them both see what they should be, wait until Gypsy said her words to him, then direct him to her to listen to what she said. I believe she'll make it heartfelt by what she said, since these moments can be used to get even closer to that individual. Make me proud, Demona, as you have been so far. Demona says, yes, my master. He says, okay, good, Demona. Get back to talking to Nick, though, Demona, until she has said her words. She says, yes, my master. Master says, Demona, I'm giving you Nick right now. She says, thank you, my master. He says, you're welcome, my dear. Here's Nick. Nick, it is, wait. No, she's talking to Nick now. Nick, it is your mistress. Yes, I know, but you maybe didn't know that Gypsy don't get hints if you calmly tell her, hun, why don't you say as many sweet names as I give you? She would have said, I'm sorry, babe, I'll say more. And then the argument is avoided altogether. Nick says, ma'am, I understand. I guess I just didn't think of it this way. She says, well, now you know, so if it happens again, you'll know how to handle her. He says, yes, ma'am. Demona says, so she's going to get on her profile and she's going to want to talk to you, and you both should say sorry. Is that clear? Nick says, ma'am, I usually always wait until she does first, and I won't until she does. Demona says, that's why she will say sorry first because she messed up. Then you say sorry for how you snapped. Master says, ma'am, do I have to really say sorry back right away? Demona says, I get that it's difficult sometimes. I know, but you did more than snap. You also hurt her. Trust in you. You also hurt her trust in you. She feels if you hold back stuff, what else do you truly feel? Like you little quote unquote, that would be new comment. Cut deep. You need to fix it because you said it. It's time to kiss and make up. Master says, ma'am, I feel like she's going in a cycle of circles, though, about those sweet names. It makes me feel like I can't even be my normal self to her because then I feel like I am being too sweet because then I never get it back. It's like being stuck in a rut, ma'am. Demona says, she's not used of it saying as much as you are. I mean, she uses a sweet name to address you when you start speaking, right? And she fits it in somewhere in the conversation. What do you want her to do? Master says, true, ma'am, but it just comes out of me naturally when I speak to her, I guess. That's that is where me and her are different, ma'am. Demona says, it comes natural to call you quote unquote my love. She always uses that, but she only says a lot when it's a light topic you two are talking about. Really, it's not different. It's just when she feels happy, she will show it. If she's being serious, she will be less sweet, name mood. It depends on how serious she is in the moment. Master says, yes, I have noticed that, ma'am, but I guess that is the difference between me and her. I can still express the sweet names no matter what moods I am in or if I'm pissed. I guess that is the only time it goes away, ma'am. Demona says, and if she's mad at you or hurt, she will feel like you don't deserve a sweet name because you're not being the man she adores. You're acting out. So she will always loves, adores, and worships you. But when you're an ass, she don't like that. But she still worships you at the same time. She has been holding in something, but she just never snapped at you to let you have it. Master says, ma'am, I remember one video she watched that made her cry. I almost made another one and she would be bawling her eyes out, but your master stopped me, ma'am. Demona says, I remember, but so you know what she holds inside without snapping at you. You take something that's tiny problem and blow it up and make it 10 times worse. The smallest things make you pissed. Master says, not true, ma'am. You are saying she doesn't have a clean slate anymore. If so, that is angering me because she said no secrets at all. Makes me feel like she has been lying, ma'am. She says, Demona says, she's not lying, but not insulting you because she knows you can be emotional at times and she wants you to just calmly talk things out. But you want to have it all out in a fight. You instigate it. She was very happy last night till the argument. Master says, ma'am, I was already angry when she texted me. So she only made it worse by trying to text me instead of letting me cool off before maybe I would have seen her messages on here. Mistress says, we'll make one word that means let me cool off. It could be like blue or whatever. And she has no more secrets from you. You know everything about her, past, present, and future. Slave Nick says, ma'am, what about yellow? Is it known as the caution color? It seems reasonable to me. Demona says, that is fine, or I guess mistress. That is fine. Type that when she has made you pissed and you want to be alone to calm down. That way she will know. So yellow is like their safe word. He says, ma'am, I could use that and I might think about using it, but I just wish my bond with her allowed her to calm me down by talking. I guess I got so angry that I wasn't going to budge. And well, then she got me to hurt her. Not like she wasn't doing it to me. Usually, when one hurts the other, it makes the other hurt them. I just want to be able to communicate with her to the point she can calm down if she knows I am angry and doesn't run from me, but rather talks me down to where I'm not angry, but back to normal, ma'am. So mistress and slave are having their first fight. That's who's fighting right now, mistress and slave. Mistress says she worries because she doesn't know the difference between an argument that is normal fight and one that means our relationship is going down the drain in flames. She really doesn't know how to determine if she can calm you down with sweet words or if you're just going to need to let her know, even though you're mad, you want to make up in the future. Wait, I started a new sentence without finishing one. He says, yes, ma'am, I'll wait. Then she says, or if you just need to calm down alone. Master said, or slave says, may I speak now, ma? Oh, ma'am. Yes, you may. He says, ma'am, I guess the only way I could get her to tell the difference between when she needs me, when she needs to let me cool down and she can calm me down is based on if I start saying hurtful things. If I start saying that, ma'am, my guess is that she could let me calm down. But if I haven't said that, it must mean she has a chance to calm me down before I start saying those things. Mistress says, good, because it's better if the argument is nipped in the ass before it gets to where you're saying hurtful things. So now that we have agreed to that, you and her should talk. He says, before I do, ma'am, what do I have to remember to let her know so I don't make things worse? She says, first, tell her you want to communicate better and that you want her to stop you from getting to the point of saying hurtful things that you may or may not mean. She will explain things on her side and you do the same. Make up and she will say sorry first, then you say it back. He says, ma'am, usually when we say sorry, she says it first. I say it back, then we explain to each other. Sounds different to me, ma'am. She says, well, if you want to do it your way, that's fine as long as it gets done. He says, I understand, ma'am. Mr. says, now she will be on soon. She says, you're dismissed, my slave. She said, slave says, okay, ma'am, may I show you some kind of gratitude for helping me and Gypsy, ma'am? Kiss your foot or something? She says, you may kiss my feet, Nicholas. Nicholas bows down slowly and respectfully kiss both of your feet as you told me I could do. And I say, thank you, ma'am. She says, you're welcome, my sweet slave. Now make me proud of you. He says, ma'am, I'll do my best. I'm ending it there. We're 2 hours in. So wait, what page? I'm going to schedule another live for the readings for tomorrow. So we're on page 78. We have Corey Richens to catch up on tonight. So I'll end the live there. Wow. Disturbing. I do want to show you guys something though about Gypsy Rose. Are you ready for this? Hold, please. Somebody, well, I saw it on her page. It's about her. Don't worry. I was cracking up. I bet you guys already saw this, but let me show it. I just saw this and I could not stop laughing. Okay. How crazy funny is this? Yes. Yes. Wait, no, it's not the dance that I love. It's her dancing in real life. Okay, so Gypsy Rose on her Instagram. Look at this. She freaking has, look at this video she just posted. See the party's over there. Are you guys dying? Are you dying? She just posted this like a couple days ago. Should we do like a dance class where we like dance like Demona in the first video? You know, the one where she's in her underwear? Or should we do this dance? There's something else I want to show you guys too. Oh my God, I cracked myself up. Hold please. I'm looking for something else I'm gonna show you. Oh, I don't have it. I'm sorry. I'll show it in the next live. Wait, hold on. Oh, no. You know what I just realized? Oh, wow. Um, Beavers depends. There's a chick on YouTube that does reenactment to Gypsies. Really? Wait, you guys, remember that video that I love where she's like dancing? It's gone. I wonder why. The clown music. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and clip it from the previous videos. Good thing we did a lot of videos with it. It's it's been removed. That's interesting because it scared so many people. No, I'm wondering if it was that privacy thing that Into the Weeds was going through because Gypsy was like trying to get something taken down on Into the Weeds. The one where she's dancing to the clown music. It's gone. I'm devastated. Into the Weeds removed it. I'm gonna have to message them and ask them like, "What's up?" I wonder if Gypsy made them take it down. That really sucks. Wait, no, no. Oh, no, Starlight's will likely hers was the funniest. Well, good thing we have lives with it. I can go back and clip it. Yeah, she's dancing holding yeah, it's gone now. They took it off of their oh, you know what? I have it. I downloaded it. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna find it. I'm finding it and I'm making it into a video tonight. Because if Gypsy asked Into the Weeds, she's gonna have to ask me to come take it down. Cause I ain't taking nothing down. Yup. I have the actual file, I think. Yeah. I have the video downloaded too. Really? Okay, if I don't have it, Kimmy, maybe you can send it to me, but I'm pretty sure I have the link. The actual video. The OG video. Same. Okay. So some of us still have it. Wow. I was gonna play it for you guys too. I was. Is it in there? Okay, I'll look, Kimmy. Thank you. Yeah, remember they went through I think it was in December. This is hella funny. No, Gypsy's gonna have to come ask me personally to take it down. Yeah, she filed a complaint, I guess, against before I say anything, let me make sure. I thought I saw something on their page about it. Yeah, see, it says something about Gypsy, I think, was struck. They disputed it. Yeah. Yeah, 1 month ago. We have been received a copyright strike related to coverage of Gypsy Rose. So I wonder if maybe that's what caused them to take it down. Make her call me Master Melly. She's making they blurred it too. Really? Okay. I'm gonna post them. I'm gonna go through them and post them on my as shorts or as videos. I am. Anyways, please hit the like button on the way out. We have another live scheduled. We're doing Corey Richan's replay. Look what you did, Melly. I didn't do anything, yo. I still have it. If you guys go to the playlist and watch the videos, it's in there. I think I played it at the end of like 5 of my lives. So I'm going to recreate it too. Just like that. Yup. Just like that. Anyways, tap the like button on the way out. We are replaying, catching up on Corey Richan's. It's scheduled for right now, but I'm going to take a break, like maybe like 15, 20 minutes, and then I will come back. We're on day 3. I want to try to get through everything tonight, but I don't know that we will. But anyways, shout out to you guys for being here. Please hit the like button. Peep the Gypsy Rose playlist also, if you're interested. I'll see you guys in the next one.